This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs and back to our Cypress series. So, in this particular video, we will talk about how to handle checkboxes, and you will be surprised to see that how exactly with the help of Cypress chaining methods, you can within a line, within a single line of code, you can exactly select and exactly check and uncheck the drop down. Sorry, the checkboxes. Sorry about that. So I'll have two scenarios. One's first scenario again that let's say you go to any category over here on this particular page. Let's say you go to women category, especially on e-commerce application where you will see the lot of filters options are available like categories, size, then compositions, styles, properties, availability, and all those things. You can select the checkboxes like that, and accordingly your data will be displayed. So my target is to select the checkboxes first, all the checkboxes. So in Selenium, how will you do that? You will collect a collection of all the checkboxes in a particular list by using driver.findElements. Then you will start a for loop or something, and then you will start get on the basis of the indexing, and then you will start doing that. Okay, dot click or something like this. You will do that. But similar kind of stuff we will be doing over here. But you don't need to start a for loop or you don't need to maintain any collection. Cypress will automatically do that, and in the same line you can write an assertion also. So how to do this? Okay, so this is the scenario. So I'll go back to the main page, and what I'm going to do that, I have to click on this woman category. So first let's inspect this guy. And here you see that, SF with UL is the class that we can take it, or you can use by dot contains women also, we can click on it. But let's take this dot class. So it's giving you 1 of 4. So I'll be taking the first element out of it. Okay, so let's do that. So I simply write cy dot get over here, and this is my class name, out of which you get the first element, and then what you have to do, you have to click on it. So I simply say that, sorry, click on it, right? So when we click on it, it will click, and then it will land on this particular page, on the women page, where number of categories are available or number of checkboxes are available. You can see that over here, right? So let's say you select this tops category, right? The checkbox is, they select this particular checks, okay? And then you see that all the elements, the checkbox elements are represented with input tag type equal to checkbox, class equal to checkbox. So this is compulsory, type equal to checkbox is compulsory, okay? For every checkbox property over here, that input type equal to checkbox. So if you notice one thing, that right now this is unchecked. The moment I check this particular property, now see, the moment I check it, immediately this parent class, I mean the parent tag span class is equal to checked property will be enabled over here. Can you see that? This now see again I uncheck it, this class is gone. So span class doesn't have any property right now because this is unchecked. The moment I check it, immediately this span class will be selected. Okay, it means the class is equal to checked over there, right? So what I'm going to do that, I'll be doing in such a way that, first I'll collect all the inputs and then I'll select it, okay, and I check it, and then check that, this parent of this guy, the parent of input, for every input, parent of every checkbox, the parent tag is a span and the class is checked or not. In the same line, I'll write an assertion over there. So let's see how to do this. Okay, so for doing this, let me quickly come over here. So when you click on it, you will be landing on this particular page. And after that, I have to do cy dot get. And first, let me check what kind of properties that we have. So every checkbox will be having this class equal to checkbox, right? So you can see that, you simply write dot checkbox. So we are getting around 1 of 19. 19 checkboxes are available. You can see that 19 checkboxes are available, right? So I can collect this checkbox, which will return the collection. And out of this collection, what you do, you simply do a dot check directly. Put a dot check over here. It will select all the elements, all the checkboxes one by one. You don't need to do anything. So let's see, it is still here. It is working or not, right? So checkbox test.js got created. I'll go to my Cypress runner and I'll checkbox test.js will see it is selecting all the checkboxes or not. So yeah, it is launching. It should go to women. Okay, it's going to women page, and see, did you notice? It actually selected all the checkboxes, guys. Awesome. See, all the checkboxes got selected over here. So you don't need to write any single for loop. My test case got passed. And these are the backend calls. Some backend calls, some get APIs are okay running fail, that we can ignore it. But my checkbox is absolutely working fine without any problem. So within a line, within a single line, you simply selected all the checkboxes. You don't need to write any driver.find elements and maintain one list over there and iterate okay by for each loop or something like this, and then you have to do that. We don't need to do that. In fact, you don't need to do any streaming API also. So now what you do, when you check it, it means all my checkboxes got selected. Let's see, this got selected. You go to its parent, input to span. So how will you go there? So for doing that, it means you go to its parent. So simple write dot parent. It means go to its parent tag, and this parent tag should have, okay, this parent tag should have what? Should have dot class. And what is the class name? It should have the class name. The moment class name is should be checked over here. So I simply say that okay, it should have the checked. So within the same line, I have written assertion also. So first you select the checkboxes, go to its parent one by one, and then check for each checkbox. The parent tag should have, as a class, should have checked over here. So let's see if it is working or not. So see, this is my test case assertion also getting passed over here, and you can see that the moment I mouse over on assertion, it's highlighting all the checkboxes over there right hand side. It means this is absolutely working fine. My checkbox got selected, as well as I'm immediately checking that okay, it's selected or not. So this is amazingly good, right? That within a single command, you are doing that. Okay. Now after that, what I'm going to do that okay, this is for check the checkbox, sorry, and verify them, checkboxes and verify them at the same line. Now what I'm going to do that okay, uncheck the checkboxes and verify them it's unchecked or not. So how to do that? So same thing, I'll be taking this guy once again, that okay, cy dot this dot. Now for uncheck you have to use uncheck. The moment you uncheck, again what you do, again you go to its parent, and then the parent should what, I just it now it should not have, because the moment you uncheck this guy, this class equal to check should be removed. See, it's gone. So it should not have now. So I'll put an assertion in that way, that should not dot, sorry, not dot have dot class. Yeah, see, should not have dot class. Which class? The same class, checked class. So this is a reverse assertion that I have written. Now let's see over here. So first it should select all the checkboxes, and then after that it should unselect. See, it's unselecting now, one by one. First it's selected and then unselected, and then writing an assertion, absolutely working fine. So right, so two assertions I have written. One is for selecting and another one is for unselecting or unchecking. Absolutely working fine over here like that. Right? So see, within two lines of code, we have verified everything. No need to write any for loop, nothing. You can simply do it in a very systematic way like that. Okay. Now let me just close this, otherwise it will keep running it. Now let's take one more example. Okay. And let's see. I'll just copy this guy, and I'll just execute only this one. So I simple write it dot only, and let's see, this is category page, okay, on whatever the page is there, that is automation practice checkbox test. Now I'll be writing some other one. This time I'm writing Snapdeal page. Okay, and let's see, filter checkbox test. For that purpose, what I'm going to do that, okay, I'll go to snapdeal.com. You must be knowing what, okay, snapdeal, okay, .com. You go to this particular site or any e-commerce site and you search for, let's see, any brand over here. Let's see, I'm selecting for laptop and press enter. Okay. So let's see, the moment I select laptop and then click on search, so you will start getting the result for laptop. So I'll do one thing. Meanwhile, I'll just write the script for this guy. I inspect for the search, and the search is written with the ID equal to this input value enter, right? So I'll simple first take snapdeal.com over here instead of this particular site. Okay. And then I'll be writing cy dot get. What is my get? So cy dot get, and that we have hash. There is an ID. ID is input value. Enter this, and then dot type. Let's see, whatever the I'm writing laptop, right? So let's see, it is working. Okay, let me just refresh this page once again, and I'm selecting laptop. Okay, so now the moment you select laptop, guys, so obviously I'm getting some laptop options over here, right, like this. But if you see the right hand side, you are seeing some brands over here. Can you see that? HP, Acer, Dell, Lenovo, Apple. Okay, so these are the brands are available. You can see that. Now you moment to select this particular first checkbox, and I'll tell you what kind of problems you will be facing now. So here you see that, okay, that okay, this one, right? So how to define, how to get a locator for, let's see, for this particular checkbox. So you can create a locator, any CSS locator and everything, you can create it. Now I'll tell you in the same video that you can get the CSS locator directly from Cypress also. Okay, from the Cypress runner also. So what you have to do, let's see, let's run this guy first. Let it open. So I'll simply go to once again checkbox test.js, and let's see, it is entering the laptop in the search bar and showing the result over there. Yeah, see, it's entering the laptop. And okay, we haven't clicked on search, so let me click on search also. So I simple write cy dot I'll write, let's see, directly on search. So I'll do one thing, cy dot, sorry, it contains the search field. So directly clicking on search, okay, I simple say that, okay, search and dot click. Okay, so let's see it is working or not. So laptop and clicking on search, yes. So now you will see that, okay, yeah. So till here it's absolutely working fine. My test case got passed. Now these brands will be visible, right? These brands will be visible. Now what you can do is you can enable this guy. Can you see that open selector playground? You can select, okay, by default from here. The moment you run it, and then you, this is the inspect icon over here. You can inspect any element over here. See, I inspect this guy, okay, this guy. And you see that, okay, it will automatically generate one CSS selector for you, or one cy.get, one command for you it will generate. So what I'm going to do that, okay, I'll just simple copy this particular CSS selector, and then I'll come over here in the DOM, press Control F, and then see this is the right one or not. So yeah, see, it's giving you the first label over here. But I'm not bothered about a label. I'm bothered about what? I'm bothered about the input over here, right, guys? Because my checkbox function will work only when type equal to checkbox is available. So I'm not bothered about label. I'm bothered about this checkbox, right? So instead of label, what I'm going to do, I'll simply say that, okay, you give me the input over here. So what kind of input? It's giving you the first input like this over here. Okay, the first HP checkbox, input checkbox it's giving you. So first checkbox I have got it. So, but I don't want only first guy. I want only all these 4, 5 guys. 3 plus 2, 5 checkboxes I want. So it's saying that, okay, yeah, this is your CSS starting from here, filter content, then filter inner, then nth child one. So instead of one, I'll be writing n over here. Now it's giving you 5. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is what I want, right? So it's giving you 5 different elements for 5 checkboxes. It's giving the collection of this. So I copy this guy, and then I'll come to my script, and then I simple say that, okay, yeah, I simple write cy dot, let me just close this guy. Okay, cy.get, and this is my what? This is my CSS selector that I have written, right? And then I'll be writing dot what? And then I'll simple writing check over here, and then you simple check it. It means select all the checkboxes. Let's see it is working or not. And then I'll tell you what is the problem. So let's see checkbox test.js. So let's run it. It's searching for laptop. Okay, clicking on search. Okay, it did not click. Actually, it's highlighting, but it's not. Okay, let me just. Okay, it clicked on it, and here you see that okay, it's checking the check element over here. See the check. It should select the check boxes, but it's not selecting. And then once the default timeout is done, it will say that okay, yeah, timeout is there and failed because this element is not visible. So sometimes you will see that okay, this message that okay, this element is not visible. But in my previous example that I've already given you, at that time it was absolutely working fine for this particular application. Element was visible and then we were able to do that. We were able to select the checkbox. But here the problem is it's saying this for this particular input element is not visible. And it's saying that okay, it's not visible because it has CSS property display none. So in this case, if you get this particular message, what you do, you can fix this problem by using force true over here. So you can pass force true flag or this particular option, okay, over here. Check forcefully. It means select the checkboxes forcefully, force colon true. Now let's see. Okay, so it's clicking on laptop. Oh, sorry, it's clicking on search, and then see it's selecting the checkboxes one by one. Can you see that all the 5 checkboxes got selected over here like that? Perfect. Okay, so this is how you can solve this problem. So sometimes Cypress will say that okay, yeah, it got selected. Now you see that okay, it got selected over here. Perfect. This is the final condition. That is what I have written. Yeah, please select all the checkbox from all these inputs. Collection was viewer getting 5, and then you simple do it. Now if you try to write that okay, yeah, it should the same property that we have written that okay, it should have such property like this. Okay, so let me just close this guy, and then I'll say that okay, yeah, it should. Okay, I simple write the moment I select this particular checkbox over here, and let's see what kind of property is getting changed. So the property is getting changed with this that okay, checked equal to check property is getting reflected over here. See, if you inspect this guy once again, okay, and let me just show you over here. Okay, see, input type equal to checkbox, checked equal to checked. Okay, but the parent property is not getting changed. Now its input property itself getting changed when the checkbox is selected. So now you unselect it, you will see that okay, that input, the check property is gone. So what I'm gonna do that okay, I'll select the check once again. Okay, select the HP once again, and you will see that. Let me inspect it again. One second, the page is still in the background is still selecting all the laptops. So okay, one second, just let me refresh this page because the site is very heavy and for every selection it's doing a backend API call. So let's select this checkbox only for HP. Okay, and once only for HP is visible, okay, then you can select this particular guy over here once again. Once a minute. Okay, just a second. See, this section is still loading actually. But anyways, so you got it right. This checkbox property got selected. Now see, okay, now you right click on it and go to inspect. So here you see that okay, this input property check equal to check is there, not the parent property. So what I'm going to do, like this, we have written that okay, parent should have this property. So I'll say that okay, now this time this property itself, this, okay, this element itself should have what? It should have, let's say I'll write this code over here. Okay, it should have what? Which property? It should have the checked property. This time we don't have class property, it should have the checked property. I'll simply copy this checked property is equal to checked over here, like that. Are you getting my point, right? So first you collect all the elements, check it forcefully, and then check the same element should have the check property. It should be checked. It means my selection is selected. It means my checkbox is selected. So now let's run it again and let's see what happens. It's a little tricky scenario, guys. So try to understand the concept actually, and then so that I really don't want to look at tomorrow you're facing issues with different checkboxes. So I don't want to cover very simple scenario. I want to cover simple plus complex both with different examples. Okay, so the page is still loading, and yep, it's coming on that. First, it will select all the checkboxes. You can see that, okay. Yep, quickly, HP, Acer, and then accordingly the filter option will be visible. And the assertion part is still checking over there. See, the assertion part is getting failed now. Now it's saying that, okay, it failed because this element is detached from the DOM. Now you are getting a new problem. But you can say, again, in the previous example, we were not getting any problem. Previous example, it was absolutely working fine. So it depends use case to use case, guys. You cannot directly apply check should in the same line sometimes because you're getting a message over here that, okay, the element is not okay, element is not attached to the DOM, it detached from the DOM actually for this particular checkboxes, because a lot of things you have changed over here. It's a very different application. The moment you select all the checkboxes, now all the checkboxes, a new DOM is there, new version of DOM is there. So in Selenium we will be getting a stale element reference exception, or here you are getting it got detached from the DOM. So how will you solve this particular problem? To solve this problem, what I'm going to do, I should not write should have directly over here. So I'll remove it, okay, from here, okay, like this. What I'm going to do, I'll okay, let it be like this. Instead of this, I collect my list once again. This time I'm not going to check it. I simply say that, okay, like that. Okay, I'm not going to check it. It means from the same collection, check that, okay, all the properties checked or not. Now let's see. So it's doing this. First, it will select the checkboxes. Okay, and it's checking the assertion. Yep, that my first assertion. Okay, uh, no, we have to remove this guy from here. That's again the problem. Remove. So first you simple select it, and then in the next line again you get the new list, and then you do an assertion over there. Okay. So yep, it should select all the values. Perfect. Right. Okay, it's selecting all the values, and then the new DOM is there, and then we are saying that, okay, now this time test case got passed. So remember this thing, guys. You will be facing such kind of issues in, okay, in your application sometimes. So in that case, if DOM is getting changed, it means you cannot apply the chaining method over here, because again this list got disturbed. After selecting all the checkboxes, a new DOM is there. Okay, and if you write should have over here, so same assertion in the same line on the same element of, okay, the list of elements, in that case the DOM will be disturbed, the DOM is changed, the list is gone. So you have to create the list once again. Now you check, okay, it should have. So in this, the second statement, you don't need to write check is okay once again, because we already checked it over here. So this is for checking, selecting the checkbox, and this is for verifying. This is what I'm trying to say actually. Right, guys? Same thing, you can do it for now uncheck. After that, I want to see that, okay, uncheck or not. So I'll do one thing that, okay, I'll just copy this guy. And then I say that, okay, uncheck. So for uncheck, what you have to do? You simple write uncheck over here, right? So when you uncheck, let's see, it should uncheck after selecting, after verifying it, it should deselect, okay, all the checkboxes also. So let's see. Okay, so assertion got passed, and now you see one by one, all the checkboxes got deselected also. See, it's perfectly working fine over there, right? And then what I'm going to do, once this is done, then you simple say that, okay, it should not have Okay, again, I'll be creating this particular list. Okay, now it should not have the check property because now you have unselected that, right? So this is code for, okay, check, and this is for uncheck. Okay, now let's come over here and let's see, both the assertions should be passed and my test case should be passed over there. So it's entering laptop, clicking on search, and yep, perfect. So selecting the checkboxes, asserting it, checking that, okay, yeah, the class property is checked. I mean, the check property is checked or not. And after unselecting, again, we are asserting that it should not have checked equal to check. That is what I'm saying, that, okay, it should not have the check property is checked over here. So both the things are absolutely working fine. So that's why, like, I have given these two examples. This is was but very straightforward. Okay, then you must be thinking that, again, Naveen, then we are getting this particular collection, then you are checking it, then in the same line you're going to the parent and checking the should have class, and then after unselecting it, should not have this particular class. In the same, okay, chaining method you are doing it. Why? Because it's not impacting over here, because the DOM is still same in that particular application the moment you select the checkboxes. But in this, on snapdeal.com, the DOM is getting changed. If you read their documentation also, it's clearly written over there that, okay, if element is detached from the DOM, you have to create your list once again and then check the assertion. You cannot do the same thing in the same assertion over there. Okay, that's not a good practice. That's, okay, not the right thing. No, okay, with Cypress. Okay, guys, so that's all for this particular video. I know this is a little lengthy, but please try, please. It's not, okay, it's very straightforward, but please try. Once you write the code, when you inspect the element, then you will get to know that, okay, yeah, this is what we have to do that. Okay, so I'll be uploading this entire code, whatever, okay, in my Git repository, and you can see the Git repository URL in the description, and you can take the code from there directly. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys are learning Cypress. Thanks a lot.